I used to drink a lot, and would start blacking out and not remembering what was going on, what I had done the night before. Had to ask my friends, what did I say? Who did I offend? Who do I need to apologize to? Just really not good stuff. And I know that we have different labels for it now, but at the time I said, I'm an alcoholic. I really am, and I need to address this. Spent about 3 months in a, kind of a group setting that was really good, maintained sobriety throughout that period, but really kind of got depressed, and not clinically depressed, but just kind of down on myself about how it's like, well, sobriety's great, but man, there's a lot of pain associated with not being able to drink, when I want to. Just having a beer here and there, just having some champagne at a wedding, whatever it may be. Your mind can really go to a lot of places when you're really limiting yourself on something. And I like to think of myself as a person who has a lot of control. Obviously, not when I'm drinking. That's kind of why we're talking here. One of the reasons why we're talking. But yeah, I really wanted to be able to find control over that drinking. And like I mentioned, I tried moderating before, and knew that that didn't work, and ended up stumbling across a documentary called One Little Pill. And I'm sure if you're on here and you're familiar with Katie, you've probably become familiar with Claudia Christian and One Little Pill, and some of the advocates for the Sinclair method and naltrexone, and what the wonders of extinction therapy and what it can do for you, or what it's done for other people in the past. And long story short, we're here now talking because I found success with it. And what was really great about Ria Health is they literally basically do everything for you when it comes to getting the medicine, making sure you're a good candidate for it, setting you up with coaches, setting you up with a nurse for, your medical staff. They really walk you through every single process of the Sinclair method. So if there's any sort of disconcerting aspect of like, a pill to fix something, I don't really want to do a pill. A lot of people feel that way. And I was one of those included, that I want to be able to solve things naturally, right? And I will say this is something that I needed this medication for, and it has done wonders for me.
So can you tell us a little bit more about your experience in the RIA program and what it was like for you going this route for addressing your alcohol use disorder?
Yeah, so from day one, I realized that RIA was a very legit professional operation. They were very quick in getting back to me for my initial kind of inquiry about, what it all was about. It's like we've said, this isn't very mainstream, so you kind of have to do some research on your own before, and then open up the door to RIA and see what they're offering. And the reason that I chose to go with RIA as opposed to just going to a family doctor locally and getting the prescription was that I wanted to do this the right way. In my mind, why not just do it the right way and have the best chance of success than trying it on my own. Now, if anyone's out there listening, wants to do it on their own, go for it. I'd rather you try it on your own than not try it at all. But I would also suggest giving RIA a shot, because what they provide, like I said, from day one, is customer service. They provide a medical staff, and they provide coaching. And what's so great about, and also group workshops every single week, or group roundtable discussions. So if you have any issues with this, you literally have from a tap away to your coaching staff. They call it the care team. They have a coach, your personal coach, your personal nurse, and then you can always talk to the doctor as well. If you have any problems with get accepting the medication, getting the prescriptions done for you, having any questions. Trust me, I had a lot of questions for the nurse and the coach when I started, and they answered every single one of them for me. And I was able to really talk with them about how this is how I felt on the medicine. Is that normal? This is part of the progress I'm making. Is that normal? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? These are all things that, again, maybe you can do on your own, but I would highly suggest doing it in a professional environment. And then yet another aspect is the coaching, right? So weekly, you hop on a call with your coach. You talk about what your goals are for that week. You talk about any drinking days that you've had and how they went, how the medication's working. Um, you can, I believe it's every few days. I know it's at least weekly that you can hop on a group call with others, similar to going to a support meeting, like a support group meeting. So if you're looking for accountability, you've definitely got it. And it's so great to have people in your corner that are there that want to see you succeed at your pace. That is that. What else could you ask for? And that's one of the things I loved about the RIA program, is that support that you get. Um, and like I said, was given free reign to just kind of do what I wanted. And I've had days where I've drank for 10 hours, and I'm not trying to sound like it was a lot. It wasn't. I breathalyzed the whole day, measured my blood alcohol, and it never got above 0.04, but was able to drink for 10 hours at a river summer trip that I love going on. So like I wasn't able to I didn't have to give that up, but I was able to actually maintain my consciousness. I was able to maintain my personality that I like, that other people like and that they don't like when I get too drunk or got too drunk.
So tell me, Rich, what was the biggest change you've seen in yourself, or the couple of biggest, since you started Ria's program and the medication treatment? Is there something you can speak to there?
Yeah, this is huge. And I'll try to be brief with it, but I don't want to sound like I'm advertising the the program, because I know it may be a little different for everyone, but it has literally solved a problem for me that I did not think was actually a problem to be solved ever. I thought that I'd either have to be going through painful, awful uncertainty with continuing drinking, or a very, very painful certainty of being sober all the time. And again, it's different for everybody. If you want to be sober, awesome. If you want to moderate, great. I did not realize there was a third option. It's been so ingrained in our society that it's very black and white, it's very binary. It's either, if you have a problem, it's either you maintain sobriety and you're looked at like, oh wow, you're amazing for being sober for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or you've really got a problem. You should probably address that, and you slowly chip away at the quality of life that you have. And the biggest change that has occurred for me has been, wow, I can actually have my cake and eat it too. And what's so great about Ria, you have got nothing to lose. You've got people in your corner, whether you already knew it or not, with Ria. And I'm pretty sure, Katie, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think you can do a consultation for free. Is that correct with Ria?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. So what do you have to lose? Just do a consultation with Ria. Talk with them. They are such friendly people. I mean, it's such a warm, inviting environment. Not going to name any other organizations that may be a little more hard nosed about different treatment methods, but they are very warm and welcoming and will meet you where you're at. If you're in a very bad place, they're happy to take you in. If you're in a pretty good place, but could maybe address this problem a little bit more, they'll still take you. They'll still talk to you. They'll still accept you. If it wasn't for Ria, I don't know how my journey would have gone with this method. But I can tell you all, from their coaching to their medical staff to Katie here, being kind of the face of kind of the intricacies of the method. I mean, it's all out there. And again, I would not have made it to this point if it wasn't for you, for Claudia, for the team at Ria. You all have just changed my life so much for the better, and I cannot thank you enough. So thank you.